Tropical cyclone Alfred, the news just in, our first major flood warnings have been issued across New South Wales.
Now landfall looks set for Friday morning, early Friday morning. It's a high-end Category 2. The Bureau's not even ruling out the potential that it could even increase to Category 3 as it moves over those warmer waters just before landfall.
Well, we're currently stuck. There is power lines across the road, and that's because high winds have already knocked a tree down on top of them. We have a cyclone that is going to hit in the next couple of days. Honestly, I don't really know what to expect, but I do really get the feeling I'm a bit underprepared, and I think the property's underprepared, so I hope we can get through to that shortly. The thing about my property is there's only one road in and out, and if it gets blocked, you're either stuck in or you're stuck out. At the moment we're out. Hopefully that's resolved pretty soon. I'm essentially hoping that this storm fizzles out or the cyclone isn't as severe as it's going to say, but I'm going to show you the prep that we're doing for it, and yeah, fingers crossed the property holds up all right, because purely by technicality I realise I don't have home insurance. So no, thank you. That was actually surprisingly quick.
Yeah, I was surprised. It's 11,000 volts and it's very precarious. That's why.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
And wet conditions, it could be disastrous.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had 240 volts, and that gives you a bit of a start. So 11,000 volts would
probably touch more.
Probably turn you into toast.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, mate. Well, there's movement, and to top all this off, Grace has just moved up to the property, and this is what you're welcomed with.
Yeah, what a welcome party.
Thanks,
Trial
Storm.
by fire. Let's
Thanks,
go.
Storm Gods. A little bit down. Apart from a couple of palm fronds down, it's honestly not too bad, and it seems like it keeps getting pushed back further and further, and the really good thing for us is that gives us a bit more time to prepare, which might be crucial. Now, didn't really expect power to be back on yet, but fingers crossed they get it back on before the cyclone, because we still need to charge up some more of our power stations and get everything ready to roll. Considering the winds are still pretty light right now, they are absolutely moving in those trees. I'm just doing a bit of a quick recon before we get into it to see if there's been any damage or anything's left out. First thing I see, Eamon and Beck left these windows open. Might be a little wet in the van. Not too bad in here. Okay, not too bad. Whoa. So one of the other reasons we were kind of like getting back to move stuff quick was to move Grace's new car. I don't know if you guys can see it, but quite a thick one going all the way up to there. And the tricky thing is there's not really anywhere here that's not within reach of a pretty big tree, but we're more getting them out of the way of any of the falling limbs. Might have shut the windows in the van just in time. Okay, do you have the list?
Got it.
And this is why the gutters aren't flowing properly. They're full. Look. Full of leaves. No wonder this wasn't flowing. What the hell is that? Oh my God. Look at that. Huge slug. May have just fell down the ladder. Whew, let's be a little more careful here. A lot of you will know, but some of you may not. I actually built the whole roof on this house, like all of it. So for it to hold on during a potential cyclone winds, I'm gonna have no one else to blame if that doesn't work. So Oh shit. The seat's wet in here and looks like Eamon's left these windows open too. Nice. Figure that's the safest spot. I think we just cleared this whole deck. Agreed?
Yep.
Muscles.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll strap down the other side now.
Oh yeah. It's like prayer flags.
I feel like this roof may be the weakest link on the property. Hopefully it holds. Do you want to give it a boost up? Come on. Oh, you stand on this side.
Am I going down or up? Oh. Whoa! How did you make that look so easy?
So even though it is only the start of autumn here and it's still kind of warm, one of my beauty neighbours that lives just down the road, she's been here for over 60 years, and kind of a trick she told me for living in the rainforest is that even if you're in summer or it's warm, if you go through a period of extreme humidity or a lot of rain, it's a good idea to light a fire every now and then, and it just dries out everything and through the walls. So the good thing is at the moment, while we've got the power out, as well as drying everything out, it's drying us out because we're soaking, and also it gives us a little bit of extra light. I'm not sure if there's anything that screams that your girlfriend has moved in more than copious amounts of pillows on the bed. Now that the immediate prep can slow a little, I want to take a quick moment to talk about mental preparation, because as well as being an experienced paramedic that is trained to deal with potential emergencies, the ongoing therapy I've received over the last few years has made me both mentally stronger and more mentally prepared than ever. This is because talking to a therapist doesn't just help you work through current problems you're experiencing, it also helps you build resilience so that when times do get tough, you and your mind are ready. As a lot of you know, I see my therapist through BetterHelp. I have for years, and I want to thank them for once again being the paid partner of this video. It's BetterHelp's mission to make starting therapy both more affordable and accessible, and to get started with BetterHelp, you simply fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. You can do all your therapy sessions on your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging, whatever feels most comfortable for you. So make today the day, be prepared for when times do get tough. Let BetterHelp support you all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Max&Occy or choose Max&Occy during sign up for a special discount on your first month. Okay, it's time to put away all this bloody food. So I swear we didn't panic buy for no reason. More. So this was actually the biggest food shop I've ever done. If you get stuck out here, we're not just a couple of minutes walk or drive from the shops. we're actually completely isolated. People have been stuck out here for 6.5 weeks before. So we grabbed a lot of long life food as well as the stuff to tie us over for the next few days. Hopefully it won't be longer than that, but we are bloody starving. I'm really happy with the prep we've done today because it looks like we're going to have tomorrow as well. The cyclone's been delayed hitting here, and for now we're going to eat and just enjoy a bit of lack of connectivity. Good night, guys.
I feel like I needed this about 2 hours ago. Sorry for being cranky.
I thought it was the middle of the night because it's still so dark. It is the heaviest wind I've ever had at the property for sure right now. It is wild out there. Have a look at these trees at the top. Like, if the wind's still going to increase by a lot, I cannot see all of these staying up. Lucky you got the good umbrella.
Yeah, time to put it to use. I actually am worried I'm going to fly away.
Nah, you'll be right. For those in the know, the inside bathroom is still currently pee only in the toilet. It's not hooked to the septic tank. So we need to go out to the outside toilet to poop, which could be interesting in another 24 hours. How'd you go?
Great.
The morning business could get progressively more wild here. Kind of does the job. Grace is having a shower. Quick shower. Even for a cyclone. Good coffee is key. I love cyclone prep so far.
Me too. Me too.
It seems to be the calm before the storm at the moment, but I'm pretty happy with all the prep we've done considering the time we had. It has really highlighted some issues to me with this property being self-sufficient, which has always been my kind of goal. And the biggest one out of all of those is we need a more permanent solar on the roof and home backup power solution. We're already looking at changing from the main fridge to my car fridge just for efficiency, and because of that we're going to be losing some items out of there. We're actually eating out the freezer at the moment, so we're having pizza, consomme and ice cream for dinners tonight, which isn't too bad. What has been cool as well is while I've been prepping, Grace has actually also been working because she's working remote now. Thanks to Starlink, not that I want to promote them too much at the moment, but thanks to Starlink, it has actually been a game changer for us to be able to use the internet. Grace has been able to work on a computer. I've done some computer work as well. And on top of that, almost more importantly for this time, is that it's opened up a channel of communication with the outside world when you are cut off and when the power is down, because there's no phone reception here. And so, yeah, we've still been able to check in with loved ones. I've been able to check in with my neighbour, and we just make sure everything's all good. And now everything's all good because the pizza's ready.
Let's eat.
We're not doing too bad, huh?
Hell yeah. Stove pizza's actually so good.
And hot.
It's really good.
She wasn't lying, folks. Get your blowtorches out. Wow.
Calm.
I'm ready. I'll just sleep through it.
You would. It'd be like the window smashing
Good morning. So the cyclone has ended up hitting a little bit further north than it was forecast to, just above Brisbane, which from here is at least a couple 100 kilometres away. And last night wasn't even as wild as the night before here, I would say. There was definitely some strong winds. Everything on the deck got wet, so the rain was coming in sideways. But I think we're getting off lucky here, and I just hope that a lot of other people are getting off lucky as well, essentially. Hopefully that this does back off, and yeah, I'm feeling for anyone that's going through it again. I have a feeling Lismore might be flooding again, and if it is, they just got devastated by the last floods, and yeah, I really feel for everyone there. So fingers crossed they're okay. We're definitely trapped in here for another few days at this point, with all the roads going to be blocked, and there's probably power lines across them as well. And I think the thing that this area's got to worry about now is that apparently there's a lot of flash flooding on the way. There's going to be a really heavy downpour. It's forecast to be 400 mils over the next 24 hours here, which is a shitload of rain. I'll put the conversion for that up here. And yeah, we're just going to bunker down. I'm super happy with how the property here is holding up. But while we are trapped here, may as well make the most of it. It's time for probably a coffee. And the best place to view all this is from bed.
That one's better.
Very nice. I may have missed the best pour because the bloody candle was burning my fingers when I was trying to film. But that looks unbelievable.
It's alright, we just cover this one up with a little bit more chalky.
Beautiful.
Do you want this one?
Back to bed?
Back to bed. Nowhere else to be.
The bedroom here actually probably has the best view in the house, really, for taking this in, and we can just look out over the fig. Pretty nice. How was that?
Got a little bit wet.
Yeah.
Who needs a bidet when you got a cyclone?
So I realised I haven't actually explained the water situation here, because people in a normal house, even without electricity, would still have running water. However, because here we are purely on tank water, which is obviously full, it means we need a pump that's powered by electricity to run the pump to get the water flowing through the house to the showers, everything. So we can't even have cold showers unless we want to use some of our precious remaining power. That's why we're having rainforest showers, and honestly, it's a vibe. Yeah, it's slippery.
It's pretty wet down here.
I know, I rained down. That'll do. Whilst Grace continues to cook up a storm, you will notice that we are using a portable cooktop. It's actually Kendall and Glenn's, and the reason for that is ever since I installed this kitchen last year, I haven't got around to installing a permanent cooktop. We were actually leaning towards going electric and getting an induction cooktop just because of all the bad press around gas or propane cookers in the kitchen lately. However, honestly, with times like this, it really makes me rethink that, because I think it's really important to have an alternative fuel source. even if I had solar all over the roof, I think over days and days, induction's going to struggle to keep up. I already have large gas bottles out there because our hot water's gas hot water. I'm kind of leaning back towards a gas cooktop. What do you guys think? Should I go gas or induction?
Pleasure. God, these cherry nuts are good. This is right at the ending bit.
Woo!
I'll figure it out. I just need to get the tuning right.
Have a look how ridiculous this setup is. Grace has just painted her nails. But she has, it looks like a hospital bed stand. But what's it doing?
It's my Kobo or Kindle remote.
And
So I don't need to hold it or touch it.
she doesn't need to hold it, she just clicks a button and it press the button. It just changes the page for her.
It's so good.
Anything
Tell
else?
me you're not jealous.
Anything else I can get you there?
Yeah, can I get a cup of tea, please?
Cup of tea. Be right on it, ma'am.
Oh, my favourite one.
Salute.
Salute. This is fun.
Do you know what this is going to be vibed off? That's actually exactly what I was going to say, but the lockdown I missed out on. Because I was locked down on my own. Whereas I know a lot of people during lockdown that were like with friends or with partner, they just drank and ate way too much.
This
and
is
like
my lockdown.
made extravagant meals.
This was the 2021 lockdown for me.
Yeah, cheers to a good lockdown.
Yeah. Maybe we should do it every weekend.
That's it.
I was money bad from the beginning.
Good game.
Again?
Again.
You ready to lose again?
But before we go any further, I have to show you guys this because it actually made me cry when my sister gave it to me. And let me start by saying my sister made this. She's actually probably the most talented person I know, or one of the most talented people I know. Not only is she a doctor, she speaks fluent German, sign language, she's an SES volunteer, she's a world traveller, she's been to all 50 states, she does everything. But as well as that, she made me this Occy clay figurine, and hopefully the camera can get just how spot on this is. Like, I'm shaking because she gave it to me and I just broke down. She's incredible and she's so thoughtful, and for her to give me this, it means the world to me. So thank you so much, Laura. And he's forever going to be on my bedside table, and Occy's always by my side, and I love that. So thanks, Laura. And that brings day 3 of no power to a near end.
The feeling of just absolutely giving up when Max pulls the camera out because I know he's pulling it out for a reason.
Well, I just had to say, Occy is clearly a good luck charm because this is the next game. Forever my good luck charm. Good night.
Wow. What the hell, man?
I was just reading my book in bed and
Voila.
Grace told me to come out to this.
I also squeezed some orange juice.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, even though the rain's relentless, still, at least it's no longer coming in sideways, so I can actually sit outside. This has actually been such an unexpected, nice time to disconnect and just relax, because we can't do much now that everything was secured and the worst of the storm's passed. We're just waiting for either the road to open again, because we're still kind of trapped here, or the power to come back on. I did realise I haven't mentioned Kendall, Glenn or Leo, the other residents on this property, because they actually are away at the moment, and I truly think that's for the best, because I've been able to keep an eye on their tiny, which is really protected down there. But on top of that, we may not have had enough power to go between us all. So that's actually worked out really well. But otherwise, we're just really embracing it. Honestly, I'm so proud of this cabin and the way it's transformed from what it was when I moved here, when a lot of people were saying I should knock this place down and start again. Whereas now, I just love the space, and Grace moving in has just made a whole nother level of difference. It is so vibey and cozy in there. I mean, if you have a look at the moment, you just walk into just such a calming space now. Grace, what are you knitting there?
Crocheting. I'm making a beanie from some alpaca wool from one of our old pet alpacas.
And how long since you've crocheted?
Well, I made that top about a year ago, but before that, probably like 6 years.
So do you think it's because we don't have internet and stuff that you're getting back into?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This alpaca wool is like 10 years old.
Exactly. And so, yeah, that's been the unexpected bonus, is just giving us an excuse to really slow down again. And honestly, I think it's something we're going to incorporate a bit more here, is turning off Starlink and just disconnecting. I think we won't have power for the rest of the day, so we're just going to have another little cozy day in, and we'll see if power comes back on tomorrow. I hope it does, because Grace needs to work online and we are running out of battery. We'll see. I was just standing at the window in the bedroom there and looking out at, I mean, I was kind of just pondering life, but I was looking out at the outlook, and I swear it's changed. And there's not much wind at the moment, but holy shit. This, I swear here, was a very big tree. I think I'll have to access it from the other side. Oh, that's new as well. I think a little bit more destruction's happened than I realised. We may have been even luckier than I realised. But for those of you that know that I've talked about building a tiny house over here in this other site, yeah, let's just say I'm glad I haven't built it yet. It has fallen literally right across where I would build that tiny. It's taken out this one too by the roots, and further down there. And this tree was an absolute beauty. I'm kind of pretty sad that it's this one, because yeah, it was a really nice one. And look, the trunk just keeps going. That's crazy. And if that had fallen the other way, it definitely could have made it to the veggie garden, or potentially even the house. I think we've been a little luckier than we realised. I'm so glad that both the cabin and Kendall and Glenn's place are okay. We're gonna have a bit of cleanup to do after all this. We are pretty much completely out of power now. Our power stations have all run flat. I was really hoping the power would be back on this morning. Grace has an office in town. She's got a remote contract, but she's renting an office in town as part of her agreement. So if we can get in there, Grace is going to be able to work, because we don't have internet here, but also we'll be able to sneakily charge our power stations. I don't think anyone in this community is going to mind that. That mum Patty Melon over there has a baby Joey in its pouch. It's a little family. And if you're wondering what's changed, because it's still raining, that we now have the confidence to tackle this road, about an hour ago, we actually heard the first car pass here, which tells me that the road is probably open. And on top of that, as you can see, the wind has really dropped off. I've brought the chainsaw just in case, but fingers crossed we can get through. Wow, there is a lot of water on the ground. I'm really annoyed about that. I think the electric gate's going to be busted now. Not a strong start. Not a strong start. What has happened here? Wow.
Power line down.
So far it's half open. Yep, keep blowing. You can see this sign through here. That's how high the flood got a few years ago. This is how high the water levels were. Absolutely insane. So water levels definitely at least a bit lower this time. It's like half a tree hanging upside down there. Holy shit, that's moving. Wow, and it's coming in. Boys getting it done. We are through. It was a little touch and go there. One of the best parts about it though was that we ran into my neighbour and saw that she's safe. It's all good, and it sounds like despite a bit of destruction, it was definitely less destructive than we first thought. There's definitely going to be a big cleanup still, but it really did teach me some lessons for my property. I want to make it more self-reliant. This was 5 days without power and we're still without power, and that's really shown to be our limit at the moment. The other lesson I learned was that who you go through an event like this makes such a difference to the time. We actually just really ended up having quite a beautiful and nice time between the two of us, and something that in the end was kind of a nice welcome to Grace moving up. We really got to just soak up cabin vibes.
Felt like a little holiday.
It did.
Staycation.
It did. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are in an area where you're affected, then I really, really hope that it's not too bad. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Bye guys. I was literally just walking past the office and I was like, what is that sound? It's the dehumidifier going. And I'm like, whoa, did I plug that into a portable power station? Realization hit, came out to the kitchen, and I literally hooted like the first man to discover fire. Power is back on. It took 7.5 days. But we're back, baby. We're back.